glimpse of Columbine and how the massacre was, we have a PowerPoint presentation to fill in the details for you.
On April 20th, 1999, in Littleton, Colorado, 2 students walked in Columbine High School with guns and bombs and proceeded to kill 12 students and 1 teacher. Harris and Klebold's rampage involved murdering their friends. They managed to murder 12 students and 1 teacher out of their goal of 500. Also, they were very outgoing, had many girlfriends, and they were never bullied. In fact, they themselves were bullying other students at Columbine High School. It is said now that they were mentally ill. According to leading psychologists, deep analysis of Klebold and Harris's journal shows psychopathic tendencies, and it has been inferred that they were not victimized, but simply psychopath of, as many people would say, crazy.
Out of everyone in the entire high school, Rachel Scott was the first victim in the Columbine massacre. She was shot in the head and laid unconscious to the ground, and her body lay there for 2 days for evidence. Imagine if you lost a loved one. Well, that's how her brother Craig Scott felt, since he was involved too, but survived the experience. The way he survived was that he was uninjured, but he was playing dead, and he was lying in his friend's blood.
Patrick Ireland was one of the injured students that survived the event. He was shot twice on the left side of his head. A bomb fragment hit him just below the hairline, while one of the bullets deflected from his skull. The third bullet entered his brain and traveled 8 inches to the bone at the base of the neck. Patrick was unconscious but regained consciousness at 2:38 p.m. Patrick ran to the windows 2 table lengths away, 50 feet total, but took him 3 hours to get there because of his injury. He tried to get out of the library window, which caught the attention of the SWAT team, and was then helped out of the window, which was also caught live on TV. Patrick Ireland soon became known as the boy in the window. A quote said by Patrick Ireland was, "I had to relearn how to walk and talk and read and write," Ireland said. The hardest part was the speech therapy, trying to relearn the reading and writing and being able to basically rewire your brain so you can function like that. A mentor and an inspiration. SWAT members spotted the sign in the school's second floor window that read, "One bleeding to death," written by another teacher trying to get help for Sanders. The sign was ignored. Despite their attempts to save him, Dave Sanders died nearly 3 hours later from blood loss. His last words were reported to be, "Tell my family I love them."
At 12:02 p.m., the shooters re-entered the library, which was empty of all living students except for the unconscious Patrick Ireland and Lisa Cruz. Once inside, they shot at police through the west windows again, without success. Then at approximately 12:08 p.m., they moved over to the bookshelves near the set of tables. They shot themselves, committing suicide.
How can school shootings and violence be prevented? Current research conducted in America by the Secret Service and the Department of Education shows that the majority of school shooters have given some sort of indication or warning, whether it be to their peers or to their friends or their family, alluding to the fact that they were planning on a school shooting.
Teachers and students must be aware of the warning signals. Some examples of warning signals are changes in behavior, like if a star student goes from an A all the way to an F in a short amount of time, that could mean something. Also, writing and drawing describing killing, and also if a student says that they're gonna bring a bomb or a gun, it could be serious. Recently, schools have gotten better at identifying potential school shooters and have foiled attacks, but there is still room for improvement. Schools can be better prepared to prevent or handle future shootings by doing more Doing more to help make students feel comfortable, develop a positive school climate, for example, no bullying, no threats, try to avoid that, and practice crisis management plans regularly, like shake drills and fire drills.
Schools also need to help make sure that students feel comfortable actually reporting the potential threats on campus. 2 ways that this can be handled. First, by making adults visible to students on campus. Having adults visible on campus will then allow students the opportunity to build a relationship with these individuals. It's important that schools have many different types of adults visible for all students so that different kinds of people feel comfortable reporting things. Additionally, this would allow adults on campus to build a relationship with the students that attend the school. Lastly, schools need to be able to make reporting threats easy and available to all students on campus. Keeping it uncomplicated would be the best way to do that, and an easy way would be to keep an anonymous tip box in the main office or the main hallway. This way, students could report suspected suspicions or attacks on the school without fear of being discovered by their peers or other people, or known as a snitch.
How to create a positive school climate. Promoting the idea of reporting suspicious activity in a peer as something positive, not labeling the individual who reports information as a snitch. Have school-wide events and activities to bring the campus together. Also include the community. This way, the community and the school can bond together and avoid school shootings. Students who feel valued by their teachers and peers are less likely to initiate a school shooting or let it go unreported. Factors that can negatively impact school climate. Bullying is a major issue in school. Bullying can create a negative association with school. Additionally, bullying that can have a huge impact on someone's mental state, damaging people for many years to come. Being aware that bullying creates an undesirable place for someone should serve as motivation to treat others kinder and to stand for someone being bullied. How to practice for a crisis. Run lockdowns, evacuation drills monthly to increase safety. Make sure everyone knows how to access 911 from a school phone, not just a cell phone. As you can see, those phones that you have in your classrooms cannot access 911. In case of an emergency, those phones are totally useless. Collaborate with local enforcement such as LAPD for tactics, drills, and awareness in case something should occur. What can we do to make virtual safer? Make sure counselors are accessible and visible to all students. Counselors are sometimes the only people that students can trust to tell their problems. Treat others with the same respect you like to be treated with in return. Stand up for those being picked on. Don't allow it to occur in our campus. Establish a plan for crisis.